Well, I'd just like to welcome Nita or Nita Finger. We're actually just talking about that this morning when she was back here at Forbes in the year 2000. She introduced herself as Juanita, expecting people would shorten it to Nita, but none of us did. So we all know her as Juanita, and you're happy with that?
Yes, that's quite all right.
Yeah, so she'll respond to either of those. So some of you may not have been here last week. Juanita joined us. She's back from Uganda for the rest of this year.
Yeah,
yep. Till December. So just a quick introduction for those of you who don't know her. Juanita came to Forbes in the year 2000 for about 7 years. She was part of our church family, very involved. She worked up at the hospital during that time. From here, she went to SMBC and did a diploma for 2 years, and then worked for a year preparing to go to Mayotte, where you were for 2 years. And then came back for 5 years and worked in the office of AIM,
Inland Mission.
Africa
Inland Mission.
That's right, very good. So she was there in the office for 5 years and then headed off to Uganda. So I'm going to hand over to Juanita. She's going to give a presentation that's aimed at the kids as well. So she also mentioned that she'll be here for the week. If you'd like to catch up for morning tea, afternoon tea, meals, she's still got some availability. So come and see her if you'd like to catch up with her. She leaves on Saturday. So it's great to have you, Juanita.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm really glad to be here. When I was preparing to go to Mayotte the first time, I came and visited, and then when I was back and then preparing to go again to Uganda, I came and visited again. And every time it feels like coming home to family, and there's lots of people here who I knew when I was here in 2000 to 2006, but also getting to know new faces and people who have come since I was here. But along the way, the church here has been supporting me financially, and I've really appreciated that. The church as a whole and also individuals have been contributing to that support. And without that support, I wouldn't actually be able to get to Uganda or to live there. But it's not just been financial support. People have been praying for me and also for the Karamojong people. Without prayer, none of what I'm doing over there can really actually impact the hearts of people. And that's what is needed, is for God by His Spirit to work in the hearts of people. And He does that through me sharing His word with people, but also through the prayers of people here. And I've also appreciated the encouragement people have sent me through emails, or some people have sent packages, just things to keep me encouraged and remind me to keep persevering. So I just wanted to thank people for the sacrifices they've made to give and also to be praying. And that prayer is very much one of the most important things. As we do ministry, we need to be in prayer for it, and both for ministry here and also the ministry that's happening overseas. So if we could have up the next one. Yes, so I'm just going to focus on one little part of the ministry in a place called Loturir, and it's very hard to roll both those R's, but I better turn this on. That's better. So just to remind people, this is 2 maps of Uganda, but over here, this pink area is called Karamoja. So that is the area where the Karamojong people live. There's over 1 million Karamojong people in Uganda, but the majority live in that northeastern corner. If I look at this other map, this here is Kampala, which is the capital, and then all the way up here is Moroto on this eastern border. Moroto is where we are doing our ministry, and if we go up Mount Moroto and look down, on this side over here, somewhere around here is Loturia, and another place we visit out of town over this side is Caligillicol, and it's either somewhere here or just off to the side of that photo. But they're two village ministries that we go and visit. So I'm just focusing on Loteria. When we go out there, we're not doing ministry alone. We have other people that we partner with in ministry. And this couple is John, Lakiru John, and Korube Esther, and their son Nero Emmanuel. And they moved out to Loteria. They actually have some relatives who are there. But they moved out there with the Church of Uganda to do a lay ministry through the Church of Uganda. So they've been partnering with us. We have a church under this tree on Sunday mornings, and again on Thursday afternoon we have Bible study. So I'm involved in the Bible study on the Thursday, and others from my team have been involved in the Bible study and the church on the Sunday morning. So this is under the tree in the shade. We're meeting for Bible study on Thursdays. And you can see over in the background over here there's people gathering. There's a borehole there. And they come to get their water. And on their way home, they sometimes stop off and join us for Bible study. As you can see, we always get lots of children coming because they're very excited to come and join in singing. So we usually have singing at the beginning, and then we will either do a Bible story that we just tell the story and then ask questions, or we will read through a part of the Bible and then just talk through that with people and ask questions and have them ask us questions as well. So this is the area that we've mainly been focused on in our out of town ministry. Usually another day of the week I also go out and visit and just spend time walking around, getting to know people and visiting them in their homes. Is it going to move? Yeah. They have a clinic there that's also run by Church of Uganda. And this lady in the middle here is, one of the nurses. Her name is Eunice, Dawa Eunice, and she was sent by another mission organisation from Uganda. So we've had ministry opportunities along with Global Link Africa Ministries. And so they've been each year sending different missionaries to work in that clinic and to also do ministry. So there are another lot of people that we partner in ministry with. We just keep flicking through. This is for some reason not working. Oh, let's go back. Sorry, I'm not very good with technology apparently. But the places where they live are just small huts that are made from sticks. They have grass roof, and then sometimes they pack them with mud in the walls. There we are. It's a bit closer up. Whoop. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, I was trying to show you an aerial photo of the there we are, of the manyatas. So these areas are just called manyatas, stick fences, and then the huts inside. And you can see in the middle area, there's an open area where they bring the cattle and goats and sheep in at night to keep them safe from raiders. So that's something that happens a lot, is going raiding from one clan against another clan, taking cattle and often, unfortunately, they kill people along the way in the fights over the cattle. But a lot of the ministry just is visiting people in their homes, I don't speak a lot of Karamajong, but I'm trying hard to learn. So I go and use as much as I can. And if I have John or Esther available, they sometimes will come and go around with me and help translate. But yeah, just trying to get to know people more personally and share with them about Jesus outside of the times that we have Bible study. This is Nakut Rose, and she is one of the main leaders who really instigated getting prayers, getting church happening again in that area. So yeah, she's was a good friend of our team leader Ingrid, and became a good friend of all of our team. And that's her house. So they're 2-story. Often they do cooking downstairs and sleeping upstairs, and some of them are just 1 story. But this is just, as I go around, I get to meet different people, and this is one lady one day I met. She's threading beads for making necklaces and other jewellery, and just trying to keep out of the sun. It was dry season. This is just, it's a bit hard to see, but it's quite dusty and there's quite a lot of wind blowing up the dust. So I just thought I'd include that. This lady here is my good friend Tioko, and she's probably one of the women that I visit the most. She's quite in a vulnerable situation and doesn't get a lot to eat. And often I wonder if the next week if she'll be there. Sometimes she's too weak to even walk over to where we have Bible study. But God has kept her, and she's put her faith continually in Jesus. So she's someone who is dear to my heart, that even though she has so little and life is so hard for her, she still keeps trusting in Jesus. Yeah, and this should be the last one. This is just a game that they're playing. It's called Mancala. Lots of other names for it, depending on which tribal language. But just thought I'd finish with that. They like to play games, and this is one that they play.